we have it's such a normal thing, right, to talk about internet related companies. What are internet related companies? Well, think of Baidu, right, etc. Think of Tencent, those are ones. Think of Google, think of Facebook, etc. Well, some of those, they didn't come along until almost 2007, but I myself had worked in internet related companies in 2003 or so. And so that's another area. Computer companies, telecommunications companies with what we know as our cell phones, and integrated circuit manufacturers. This was part of my experience. I used to work for a Chinese company, Taiwan related. We had 120, our annual revenues were about $124 million. And interestingly, from a Chinese perspective, what did they manufacture? DVD controllers. Some of you maybe are too young, maybe not, but if you know what a CD is and you know about CD episodes in China, then you know they're episodic, meaning like 20, 30 episodes, right? All on DVD. And so maybe your parents, you remember when you were a kid and they're watching 20, 30, 40 DVDs, because there was a, I can't remember the name now of the series, but you know what I mean. So the company, or the type of company I was involved in, was a semiconductor development company, and I've worked for 2 or 3 of those. So those are some of my strengths, some of my background, and then last, maybe. Yeah, well, a couple of things is then I shifted into software development companies. And back in 2011, and I know this is very long-winded, but it's appropriate, I believe, for the introduction. In 2011, Mark Andreessen, who you may or may not know, he was a Silicon Valley pioneer and is now a venture capitalist. He talked about, the subject right now is software. He talked about in 2011, he made the statement, software is eating the world, he said. And why is that even relevant or significant? Well, you may yourselves already know, depending on what you know about Silicon Valley, that if you want to get a good job, probably one good area to be working in is software development, right? Well, I do have a bit of background in software development, and one of the companies I worked for, I think you know who they are, which is Sony Computers. So in Foster City, I worked for a year in the contract administration group in Foster City for Sony Computer Entertainment of America. So I could walk to it. I could see the PlayStation marketing and the groups that were supporting Sony PlayStation. And so those are a little bit of my background, my expertise in Silicon Valley, spanning from 1980 to very, very recently.